Hello, Sophia friends. I'm Carolyn Rivers, founder and director of Sophia Institute, and I wanted to issue you a personal invitation to join us this winter and spring at Sophia Institute. One of the things I love doing most for Sophia is developing these programs that we come up with year after year after year for you and finding new presenters that we haven't yet known, maybe from your own recommendations in our surveys are from our own faculty referring other friends of theirs to join us. There's so many ways we do, but we always follow our inner guidance in that, wanting to be sure that we're bringing you deeply authentic work from people who are experts in their fields and who are living their teachings from what they're deeply called to themselves. And so I know that firsthand because, of course, I left my career after years of study in the field that we're now bringing you this work, this kind of work in the fields, in the field where I had the opportunity to do my own work, my own inner and deeper work, to align with what I ultimately was called to, not even knowing that I would end in that place. But when I got there and understood that I was deeply called to create Sophia Institute, a place where people like you could come to do their own deep, highly creative, transformative work, and how purposeful that would be for our world, which is, of course, a world in transformation too, this pivotal time in human history that's so important to advance consciousness on the planet, for women to develop their own innate feminine way of leadership, to develop first themselves and then that leadership. And when I say themselves, I'm not talking about the personality self, of course. I'm talking about the soulful self, the inner self. So this year it's come together already beautifully for us to bring you brand new programming, and in many cases, brand new speakers, like we just had with Matt O'Neill, whom we enjoyed so much when we had him start our year off on the science of happiness, on conscious happiness. And if you didn't get to see it, it's available to you through recording. All you have to do is check in with us. But to move now into February with two programs on embodying the deeper feminine nature, the soulful self, yes, with Dr. Lori Mandikik, who's a close colleague with Dr. Sue Morter, whom we brought to you in 2023 and 2024. I love Dr. Sue's work. And in fact, I'm in a year-long training with her right now, so I know it closely and firsthand. But it was she who introduced me to Dr. Lori Mandikik. And we have wonderful Elizabeth Cults, who will be our next presenter. And Liz comes from a different generation than my own, and she is already demonstrating how authentic and powerful her work is in embodying how a woman learns to deepen and know herself better when she can hold this divine nature embodied within her. I'm thrilled too to bring Nancy Rhines and her colleague Jeff Jansen to us. Nancy is a near-death experiencer, a scientist in her training, who had a journey to the other side, and I won't even tell you that story either. But just to say, she brings back her learnings and with the admonition to bring it back and to bring it to the world. So those of us who wish to know more about the other side will have the opportunity to learn more about that. Her colleague, Jeff Jansen, is a researcher, years of research on near-death experiencers. So he brings a composite of what can be learned from that. Again, I appreciate Caroline Mace's introduction to Nancy Rhines and her work, too, that she's studying in these top in it. Now, I've talked a lot and I've told you only a snippet about each. So I'm going to encourage you to read more deeply, to read the emails we're sending out and follow our social media and share it. You know, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And we invite you to be with us. We always love it when you show up in person. A lot of our events are now hybrid, and you can do that or virtually from all 50 states and 47 other countries. The last time we took an exploration into what our database could show us. We always love having you with us. This is work we're still very deeply called to, and we hope and know from what you tell us, it makes a difference in your lives. So thank you for this time this evening, and join us often. Much love to each of you. Good night.